Standard & Poor's. Okay, let's get to Sector Spotlight, which is really sector or strategy spotlight right now. Now, we have 3 momentum stocks that can now be added to the click of those that have technically broken down, and we want to start.
That's not a popular click. You don't want to be in that click.
That's the evil, like, in detention click right now.
The mean girls.
Amazon closed well below 200 here. Now, my question is this a good buy? Okay, it finally sold off. You finally get that dip buying, or do you just need to stay clear?
I think it's a sell rallies now, and I think it goes lower. We talked on the price point sheet yesterday. Get stopped out if it trades below 200. Get short at 198, and then you had an intraday move. We talked also about how stocks just can't hold up no matter how strong in a bearish tape. Here was that ascending channel we talked about. This was your stop around 200. And now it's had a nice move lower. Maybe it bounces a bit. We'll use our retracement rules. If it can't get back above, just say this 195, I think there's no reason why this thing can't see at least, this 188 or even down to 180, because look at the run that this stock has had.
I was going to say, because how do you know this is not just a normal, healthy, needed pullback after the big run?
Well, a normal, healthy, needed pullback is always good, but you got to wait for the right time to get into it. And I don't think for an investor, we're talking at least 180. I'm still short some. I'm going to probably short a rally, and then if it breaks yesterday's low, we're going to see, I think, that 188 quick and then 180 at some point.
And because Amazon wasn't the only momentum name that got hurt. I mean, we look at Netflix, got weak yesterday for one of the first time in a while, and I mean, are we gearing up for a second leg down?
Well, you have to watch this close. Netflix has been one of the chosen ones like Amazon, and it had its first harsh down day yesterday. We did short some yesterday. I'm short a little bit right now. I'm going to try and hold during this little iffy bounce. Hopefully it doesn't get back above 240. If it doesn't, I think we could short the lows on Netflix. And then if Netflix starts breaking below this area that I was looking at before, it could easily see a much lower prices. But for right now, this is your first break out of an ascending channel, which we always say break to the downside. So now we need to watch yesterday's low. If it breaks this, we could easily see 230 and then maybe even back to 225.
And it's interesting because its sell-off yesterday came as there were hints that it might want to become basically another network.
Yes.
And have its own shows. So investors were already worried about how much money it was going to have to fork over to get programming, and now worried about this as well. All right, let's round it out here with Priceline. Also got killed. Same question. Where's that level you got to watch for Priceline?
Priceline has been also a chosen one. Had good numbers. They sold it on the numbers. Anytime you have a great stock that gets sold on numbers, you take caution, you use stops, and then maybe look to get short. Priceline continued to the downside. I'm staying out of the way of Priceline. I do think that Priceline has lower prices to come.
Let's look at the chart real quick so we can get those levels for Priceline.
Okay, well, here was look at this. These patterns repeat themselves, Alex. You see here how you had this ascending channel that typically breaks to the downside. Not only did it break to the downside, it did it with some force. Then we had another level here, another support level to watch, this 520. That broke. Now we're at a little bigger level, so this kind of goes with the mantra where we could get a bounce back up because we just came from 560 to almost 500 to 60 points. So maybe look to reshort or get out of some around 520. But I think this stock is broken, and I think you need to take caution here. Just like any stocks in any groups, even if they're strong, you need to monitor the temperature of them, have stops just in case the composure changes. And now we have another big report after the close. Alex, please tell us what we're looking at on which